Wake up. Wake up. Johnny's not a morning person. He really doesn't like waking up. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. I woke up at 7 a.m., but I stayed in bed for a while. By the time my alarm clock went off, I had already woken up. Wake up is a phrasal verb that means to stop sleeping, to become awake. That's its primary meaning. Wake up is a separable phrasal verb. This means a word can be inserted between wake and up. When a word like someone, me, him, her, or a person's name is used in between, this means they are being caused to become awake by someone else or something else. A note of caution: the pronouns him or her are almost never used at the end of phrasal verbs, always in the middle. The few instances where they could be used at the end doesn't matter because it's always correct to use them in the middle and it'll always sound perfect. For example, we don't say John is sleeping, I'll wake up him in an hour. That doesn't sound right. Always say I'll wake him up or I'll wake her up. Apply this to any similar phrasal verb such as pick up. I'll pick him up at the airport. Someone or person's name can be used in the middle or at the end. I'll wake John up or I'll wake up John are both correct. Example: could you wake me up before you leave in the morning? The construction noise next door woke me up early. Let's say that becoming awake after being asleep is the literal definition of wake up. It also has more figurative uses. To wake up can also mean to become active or alert after a period of inactivity, laziness, or inattentiveness. Let's imagine that Mary is not paying attention in class. She's daydreaming and looking out the window. The teacher might notice and say, "Wake up, Mary, class is not over yet." The teacher doesn't mean Mary was literally sleeping. It's just a way of saying pay attention and stop being inattentive and daydreaming. Using wake up in this way is not always negative or pejorative. For instance, I might say, there's nothing like a nice cup of tea to wake me up and help me concentrate. I'm not saying I was sleeping, only that I'm more alert and less sluggish after a cup of tea. Similarly, and this is true, I need coffee to wake up in the morning. Obviously, if I wasn't already not sleeping, that is, awake, I couldn't drink coffee. So I mean that coffee makes me more alert and energetic. It takes away the cobwebs, to use an idiom. So, something that wakes you up can be something that causes you to stop sleeping, to be awake, or it can be something that arouses, excites, or energizes you so that you are in a more wakeful state. Another more idiomatic use of wake up is as an imperative. Wake up, man! Can't you see that we can't keep borrowing money to keep the business going? It's similar to the last use, but not quite the same. To tell someone to wake up in this way means that they need to become aware of a situation or problem, to recognize it, or to stop ignoring it. Wake up! Idioms and phrasal verbs are essential for your English fluency. Also, you can wake someone up to something. He really woke me up to the problem of global hunger. Wake up can also be used as an adjective in the term wake-up call. Usually, a wake-up call is a service provided by a hotel. You might call the front desk of the hotel and ask them to give you a wake-up call for 8 a.m. They will call your room at that time to wake you up. A wake-up call. When used in this way, wake up is usually hyphenated in writing. The word call does not have to be used. This means wake up can be used as a noun by itself. I asked the front desk for a 6 a.m. wake up. Also, any instance of awakening or being awakened can be called a wake up. I can't stay out late. I have a 5 a.m. wake up tomorrow morning. In other words, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. The noun version of wake up can also be used in the previous figurative sense. I almost had a car accident because I was so angry. That was a real wake-up. Don't drive while angry. In other words, that made me attentive to the danger of driving angry or distracted by emotions. I think that's just about every possible way to use wake up, but if I think of any more, I'll be sure to include it in the comments.